fear, terror, that has been the noise and the cries in the heart of a lot of Africans who peradventure found themselves living at the moment or doing business in South Africa. The resurgence of xenophobia in South Africa is something that everybody is worried about. The negative effect of xenophobia in South Africa and the effect of it on the economic growth of the same country is what we'll be looking at this morning. My name is Dapo Banjo, and I have with me driving the show today, Barrister Ishioma Agha-Ineh.
Good morning, Mr. Dapo. Good morning, Nigerians, and you're welcome to the show today.
All right, this is Crossfire, and we'll be taking a very close look at the possible effect of xenophobia as it resurfaced in South Africa. South Africa is one of Africa's most culturally diverse nations with 11 official languages and 5 racial groups, which includes Black, Africa, white, colored, Indian, and Asian. According to the last census in 2013, South Africa is also the home of nationals from 53 African countries, giving the country a wider range of ethnic variety than the rest of the continent. As one of Africa's leading economics, South Africa is not only supposed to take the mantle of a continental leader, but should also provide the basis of African socio-economic integration. Post-colonial Africa should be more focused on economic prosperity through increased intra-Africa trade and local investment. The NEPAD initiative, which was founded to accelerate the continental development, and the African Union AU have just launched Africa's Agenda 2063, that is 2063, which is a 50 years roadmap to Africa's economic success and envision a continent united in its identity, in its vision and progression. Now, yesterday we were on the show. Sadly, we have records of all that has been taking place in South Africa. In the last 1 week, it's been terror, it's been fear, it's been, a lot of, so many things just happening about the same time in South Africa. South Africa, for me, have been, peace, it's been synonymous to peace for some time now. Since the last, xenophobia-related issue, pocket of violence here and there that has been traced to South Africans, wanting to kill other nationals as are present in South Africa. But this morning, we'll be looking at the negative effect of, of this activity, as it boils down or as it affects, South Africa's economic, their growth, their diversification, their expectation. And for me, it's nothing, too surprising that you and I will definitely consider all the elements that probably will have this, that will come together to affect the economy in South Africa. Don't forget that South Africa has a lot of, let's look at it, with focus and relationship with Nigeria. I know that one particular nation that has been, that has been badly affected in the newly recent, resurgence of this is Mozambique. You have a lot of their videos, that has gone spiral, gone viral on the internet, and that's because people were able to capture some scenarios in which somebody was actually, they even attempted to save that guy, but I watched that video. It's just very terrible, Ishioma, and so. We will just definitely, every time I hear this, and that's why sometimes anytime I want to talk about Boko Haram, I just don't have enough words to be able to describe, what I feel in my spirit. This is something that has just been there. We have no visible roadmap to saying that Boko Haram will even be a thing of the past. We have promises. We're looking forward to what, the president-elect, retired General Muhammadu Buhari has in his coffers, to be able to say, to be able to put this thing to pass, and all of that. But notwithstanding, let's look at South Africa, the cabinet warned on Friday that companies operating in the rest of Africa may be targeted, just as Johannesburg-based Sasol Limited, which we talked about yesterday, announced that it was repatriating South Africans employees working on projects in Mozambique for their own safety, because there's every possibility that that Mozambicans, in their own country, who knows that they have South Africans, many of them who are working there, could eventually want to take a revenge. So the Mozambique government are of the opinion that we don't want a situation where it will look or appear like we are retaliating. So allow these people to go. If they come back into your country and anything happens to them, it's not a problem. They are your citizens. They are your people and all of that. And in Nigeria, the newly elected All People's Congress, All Progressive Congress Party, together with the civil society, handed a memorandum to the South African Embassy in Lagos on Wednesday, giving the government 48 hours to stop the violence, or else South African businesses in Nigeria would be shut down. But we haven't seen that. Have you seen ShopRite shut down?
The last time.
As at the last time you checked, ShopRite is still operation.
The statement was made by who? General Muhammadu Buhari. He hasn't been sworn in. If he had been sworn in already into office, one thing I know for sure is the nation, Nigeria, would have taken some concrete steps. But now there's nothing he can do. His hands are tied.
I don't want to believe so.
No, yes.
If I'm on that, if you cast the light on me, Ishioma, and you know that I am the one there, and you can see my shadow. You want to separate myself and my shadow.
But do you know that if he takes any action as regards this will amount to forming a coalition government, because he has not been officially sworn in. So it's only in the interest of peace and common sensibility that he has issued out a statement. But if he goes ahead of his way to carry out an action, it's going to fall back on him. So
because they actually broke it down. They actually broke it down into smaller pieces. He said he puts businesses such as MTN, ShopRite, Pick and Pay, and MultiChoice in a very tight spot, as their African operation contributes significantly to company revenues.
But at the end of the day, we understand all of this. But in my own opinion, I think the first thing, let's not put the cart first behind. Let's not put the cart behind, or let's not put the horse behind the cart. What should be done now is the South African government addressing this issue squarely, as we said yesterday. Now, the point
is this issue being addressed?
But the thing is, the truth is, I'm trying to link this
As at this morning, we still have threats. We still have people who cannot go about their...
Of course. Yeah, but at the end of the day, the answer to this xenophobic attacks in South Africa, the answer is still same with the answer to stopping Boko Haram insurgency in the Northeast. The answer is simple: economic prosperity. Because take a look at it. The average, if you look deeply at the reason for the agitation of South Africans now, is because they say jobs are being taken, or already scarce jobs are being taken away by foreigners. That means the government is not doing anything to make sure that the locals are given better opportunities. That's their own area of coming out to retaliate. And look at the Boko Haram sect. It's the same thing. You go back to the South, you see the militants, it's the same thing. That's what I'm saying. I expect that Jacob Zuma will first of all get the police out there on the street. Get anybody who is caught. They must be they
should even give them instructions. I'm not
saying
saying
they must be punished,
kill South Africa,
arrested, but also let him sit with his cabinet. What are the things we should begin to put in place right now? Let the people see that, okay, we're making frantic efforts to make sure that we correct the abnormalities and the grievances which they feel. So that at least when the people see that, okay, they're already making, they're putting effort to making sure that we begin to have our jobs back or have better opportunities, it will at least quell the tension.
Now, look at a very simple breakdown. If Nigerians want to take the laws into their hands, we have, network, BTS sites and mass all over the nation.
The issue is who would suffer?
Anyway, are they seeing it as they are suffering? South Africans with the insurgents.
They will suffer, but we, Nigerians here, we will also suffer. In as much as I know 2 wrongs never make a right, but we have to be objective on this issue, because when we all decide to take laws into our hands and go out there and cause mayhem and damage, this will only breed more enmity, more problems for ourselves and even for our future generations. And the truth is, addressing issues like this, issues on racism, issues on xenophobia, sexism and all of that, you use wisdom. Tactical wisdom in addressing this issue, not violence. Yeah,
if you look at the breakdown, let's just use a classical example. One of the very big, multinational, one of the very big telecommunication operator in Nigeria, a South African-based company here in Nigeria. The company has twice as many subscribers in Nigeria than it does even in their own country. That is in South Africa. With the Nigerian operation, alone contributing 37% of group revenues. Let me tell you, this particular company we're talking about, it is their investment in Nigeria that gave back to, MTN, their network in Tanzania, their network in Iran, in Sudan. Many companies, many of their operations, got grown within the sub-Sahara before you know it within a very short time. And that was because of I understand the huge investment they made also. But notwithstanding, we have not at any point in time, even when the network was so bad, you have not seen Nigerians take to the street to say, why will a South African company not give us,
I couldn't make proper calls all through yesterday.
On their network.
On their network.
And you didn't fight.
And I didn't fight. This happens. So there are sometimes you even try to recharge your phone, and then either the airtime never,
No wonder Nigeria is still the giants of Africa, because we seems to be matured. The kind of approach that we adopt, when we face this type of challenge, is totally similar. It's totally not similar to what you see in other African countries. If this happened in Somalia, believe me, everybody takes to the street. If this thing happened in Uganda, you find out a lot of things begin to happen. But in Nigeria, we just take it like it never happened. We just take it, hook, line, and sinker. Sometimes the fisherman and the boat, we just take it as if nothing really has happened. And that's the way we have taken this.
The average black man all over the world has been blacklisted as someone who is barbaric, who is uncultured. And it's sad now that South Africa they've played into the hands of those racist comments, because when you have the videos all over, people, you go to the internet, you see videos where someone's brain was hacked open. Things like this also at the end of the day are going to bounce back on Africans generally. Now let me ask you this very objective question. Let me ask you this objective question. I am not, and you know definitely that on our platform, what we pledge is peace. Throughout yesterday, we were taking pictures with, saying no to xenophobia in South Africa. We did all of that. But the truth is that a right-thinking Nigerian, thinking about it does not, shutting businesses down to make a statement may not absolutely be out of place. No, it's not.
I don't think it's out of place. We are not killing South Africans.
It's not out of place.
We are not killing South Africans. We are just writing a statement that if our people in your nation can do this to us, and you are living, cohabitating with us in our own nation, and we give you free hand to do your business, to excel. See the business. Let me read this to you, because this is painful. The mega retailer ShopRite has 357 outlets in the rest of Africa, including 115 ShopRite supermarkets and more than 100 other furniture, home door, pharmacy, restaurant, stores in 14 African countries. African countries have tolerated South Africa. And yet,
we see ourselves, the rest of Africa, look, it's simple, because the rest of Africa see South Africa as one of us. We are all brothers from same family. But of course, you know that definitely there will still be some brothers who will see, look at hatred. Don't you think
this should be properly, up till now, Ishioma, I have not seen an immediate coalition, a calling of meeting, AU, EU, calling an urgent meeting to address this matter. That
tells you how carefree these leaders
That's why we need to make statements.
That tells you that these people do not value. The value for human life has been lost in Africa.
Anyway,
It's not
well,
good.
we've been talking about the possible negative effects of the xenophobia that is taking place in South Africa as it has to do with their economic growth, the position where they are right now, and going forward. We'll go on a short break now. When we come back, we'll be looking at all the economic elements that this possibly will have a downside effect on. We'll be right back.